All right, welcome to Operation Heart. We're going to just kind of discuss a little bit of history about Operation Heart and all that it has to offer for y'all this year. Um, just a quick introduction. My name is Faith. I serve as a member engagement senior committee, the Operation Heart National Liaison. I'm a final year student pharmacist at UTHSC College of Pharmacy. Just quick housekeeping, use the chat or raise your hand to submit any questions. And if you're able to, I'd love to see your face so I can put a face to the name. Quick background information, Operation Heart did launch in 2010. The big areas of focus for here are hypertension, hyperlipidemia, smoking cessation, physical activity and nutrition, and medication adherence. And so the big goal for Operation Heart is to reduce the burden of CV disease through education, early risk detection, healthy lifestyle promotion. Our sponsor is CVS Health, and so they do a lot for us here with Operation Heart. So this is overall kind of like the big APHA timeline for fall. And so we see that we're here in August, and then we see that our big months for Operation Heart starts really in January. And so with January, we have National Blood Donor Month, and February is Operation Heart Month. More specifically with Operation Heart, we have September, we do have a few events. We have World Heart Day, we have American Heart Month in February, and those dates are all kind of on there for you to use. Kind of like I said earlier, there's some collaboration event ideas. And so with Operation Heart, we have the ability to partner with pretty much all the operations and it be related to heart. So with diabetes, we can do like dual blood pressure glucose screenings. With policy, we can do advocacies for like pharmacist-led CV care and kind of the expansion of our scope. The world is our oyster with Operation Heart. And so I have tons of event ideas. We have some heart healthy screening events. And so you can have like some clinics where pharmacists kind of measure like blood pressure, BMI, cholesterol. You can partner with like some local pharmacies. CVS might be a good opportunity since they sponsor us, or like some student health fairs, especially if you're connected to like an undergrad campus, that might be a way to kind of connect with the younger students. And it's just important to make sure that you have all those materials for like proper blood pressure cuffs or screening tools that are available. We have like heart-to-heart chats. That's an idea too. You can have like smaller group discussions about um, like healthy food. You can use like food labels or salt shakers to kind of show like hidden sodium intake. Know your numbers. You can do like a way like where people can kind of like know what their blood pressure is. You can measure it. You can have like target ranges just so like people know. A lot of people aren't aware. And so you can maybe like have like some papers so people can write stuff down too if they need. A big way to include a lot of people on your campus is Walk for Your Heart events. A lot of people have like these apps where you can track like how many steps you take over X amount of time, and you can compete, you can do a prize, and just get everyone involved to kind of promote CV health, and you can kind of make it a friendly competition too. You can do 5Ks. You can have like events. A lot of people like have events with like local fitness studios, and sometimes they'll sponsor that, and you can have like a discounted price for your students to go and attend. An easy one is Red Out Day, and so you can have everyone wear red. You can maybe host like a photo booth and encourage students that wear red to come take pictures. You could have like some props with like some Operation Heart themed stuff. You could do like cooking demos with like heart healthy meals, ways to reduce your salt intake, ways to maybe not have as much red meat. Um, just there's so many different ways that you can have heart healthy events. And so your big roles and responsibilities is to work closely with patient care vice president and the chapter EC board to encourage participation and public engagement, collaborate with other operations, and to just kind of like plan and implement events that align with Operation Heart, and then just document the events in the CAR and the chronological list. Member engagement, a big thing that we all struggle with is getting students to come to our events. We work really hard to try to plan these events, and it's really discouraging sometimes when you don't have a big turnout. But the big thing is just remember who you're doing it for. Ultimately, it's for the patients and the community. just sometimes encouraging students to be a friendly face, just like, hey, I'm gonna go, come with me. Sometimes that's all they need, especially P1s that are maybe a little nervous. And so maybe that's an opportunity for you to kind of share why you got involved. You can give incentives, prizes. Sometimes like schools have like service hour requirements, and so you can say that's an easy way to get service requirements, etc. The CAR report is due every year, June 15th, and so it's important to familiarize yourself with this report, to work collaboratively with your chapter's EC to create a plan for collecting information throughout the year. And so that's just important to make sure you document everything and make sure you document the dates and how many people that you screen, because that's something stuff that we look at whenever we look at your CAR reports. So here are some resources for you to use as Operation Heart Chairs, the big one being the American Heart Association. You can also use us MESC members. We're happy to help you plan your events, be there as a resource. Sometimes if you just want to bounce ideas off of us, it's just always a good way sometimes to connect. You can also use pharmacist.com, APHA. We're going to have some resources on there for y'all. We also have with your patient care vice president, if you want to reach out to them, a lot of us, we sent something called a toolkit for them to use. And so that may be a good resource for you that you can have them share with you as well. Other Operation Heart Chairs from other local schools. And so that's also a great way to connect and see kind of what they're doing, maybe partner, especially maybe something bigger, maybe like a 5K or something that might be like harder for smaller schools to kind of do by themselves. That might be a great way to collaborate if you all are local to each other. And so community partners is really important to kind of partner with um, different um, different businesses in your area, and you can kind of co-host events, like I said, to amplify your reach. And you can use your social media to really just showcase what y'all have been doing. So final tips, make sure that you are tracking your events in a chronological order throughout the year. Just be a big advocate for Operation Heart on social media and at your chapter meetings, and just encourage creativity and collaboration. Operation Heart, we have the amazing privilege of connecting with pretty much all the other operations, and a lot of disease states with cardiovascular disease is something that's very chronic, and our patients are going to have to deal with that every day. And so we have the ability to form events that can really impact their lives. And so just take that when you're planning your events and being like, these are our patients that are going to have these conditions. And if we can, connect with them, talk with them, answer their questions, and that's our job as pharmacy students. And so if you have any questions, I am very happy to answer them for you. There's my email. I've encouraged everyone to join the group meet if they have not. And we do have this new thing this year called the Dropbox folder. And I believe I sent this out in my email. But if you do not get the email, feel free to email me and I will send it over to you. This Dropbox is a way that the students from other schools can share maybe some resources that worked well for them for their Operation Heart chapters. And it's a way that if you are maybe looking for some new ideas, this is a way that you can also connect and pull some ideas for yourself. And it's a good way to chat, and the group meets for that too. You can, talk with other Operation Heart chairs, like, hey, have you done this event before? We're thinking about doing this, and kind of see if someone is going to respond. And we can kind of help facilitate that too. So, any questions?